Hello there, people of Earth. I was going through my YouTubes a while ago and I just saw a gentleman had left me a comment. And if you don't mind, I would rather answer the comment with a video rather than typing because I pick like a damn chicken on the keyboard. Okay, his comment reads, and this is in, talking about a video I made called Dope and Booze, Who, Where, What, and When. And the gentleman says, hello and good day to you. Hello and good day to you. Would it stand to reason that our Father, knowing our flesh bodies would suffer illness, that He would put natural medications here for us? Spearmint is the natural blood thinner. Comedian is a man-made version. I agree with you with your position on the man-made drugs, mainly due to the fact that we have a tendency to pervert things. Okay, now you specifically mentioned man-made drugs and excluding natural drugs. And you didn't say this, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that there's a distinction there. And of course, naturally there is a distinction, but really and truly, all drugs are natural. I mean, if you get like a cocaine or some shit or some pill that's the light of the fad of the year, it's really all derived from something from this earth that God gave us, right? I know in the Bible it says that God gave us herbs and so forth, and it's to say that it's ours, to do with what we will. But the trouble with that is our will could be good, our will could be bad. I know a lot of friends of mine, they like to burn some doobies, smoke some weed out in the sticks, and that's their way of life. They've been like that since we were all kids. I don't partake in weed, but like I said, some of my friends still do. I don't get on their butts about it, and I was a drinking man for most of my life, and then so I'm not going to say that such things are going to send you to hell. But I will say this: a drunken mind, or a doped up mind, or an altered mind is just like for driving a car. It slows you down. It slows your ability to concept to make good decisions. It screws around with your ability to act fast and so forth. And I think it's the same exact way spiritually. If we're going to be spiritually drunk or physically drunk, either way, it affects our ability to receive the Spirit of God and what He's trying to teach us. So I do believe that God gave us some medications, or He gave us at least, hell, He gave us everything on this earth. Did He know that we were going to cut the dope out of it and use it in that? Sure He did. Part of what happened with the Watchers, according to the book of Enoch, when they came down here, is that one of them taught us, the people, how to get a derivative of dope out of these things. The Bible, the book called it the cutting of roots. So that being said, I mean, it's also in line with other things that's derogatory to man, such as putting on makeup, which is vanity, teaching our women to behave in a manner that was more sexual than what was acceptable or good for the human condition, and some other things that, they were all grouped together, and none of them was good for us. They taught us a bunch of shit that really got us into the whole knowledge thing and got us all in trouble. So I have to believe that the cutting of the root is right there in line with the rest of those things. It's detrimental to the human condition. If say we're suffering from cancer, we've had a surgery or something like that, everybody wants a painkiller, and nobody's going to deny anybody a painkiller or something like that if that be the case. But today, man, you have to agree that if you look, every time you look on the damn TV, there's somebody pushing some damn drug that people don't need. I mean, it's just constant. I mean, just a constant flow of them pushing drugs that get you hooked on them. They keep your money going their way. And if it ain't your money, it's the insurance money, and that screws us all in the end anyway. So I mean, it really has become a disgraceful cancer to society, the whole drug industry. And you can go all the way back biblical, where the term pharmacy comes from. That it was always hand in hand with pharmaciers and the people that dealt with spirits, witches, Wiccans, all these types of things that would get you to view into the other worlds and and get you to do things in a manner that God would rather you look for Him for the answer to those things, instead of the looking toward familiar spirits and so forth. Drugs has always went hand in hand with those types of things. Now, as far as booze, I think I mentioned before that, I was a drinking man for most of my life. God told me to quit drinking 5 months ago, and I quit drinking. He told me in a way that, I'll give you a little bit of the story kind of quick. I was taking a bath. Me and Beck was in there and sipping on some wine, and then the notion came to me, spit out the wine from your mouth. And I ignored the notion, and I was about to swallow, and then that same quiet, still notion said, "You're not listening to me very good, are you?" Well, then I open my mouth, and the wine falls out, turns the water red, and Becky asks me what's going on, and I tell her, God just told me to quit drinking. I hadn't touched a drop since then. Very frankly, I feel if I drink, I'll probably die. Because, I feel I was really told by God not to drink. Now, does that mean that I think drinking is bad? There's a whole lot of drinking all through the Bible. There's also a whole lot of guys drinking and making a damn fool of themselves in the Bible. A lot of people, right after they drink, things turn into horseplay or fighting or, battling or something. There's, we talk about drinking in the Bible in positive directions sometimes, at weddings and stuff like that. But also, people get drunk. I think it was Noah himself, become a husband, got drunk, sleep. Next thing you know, his son was in there getting busy with mom and doing a terrible act and causing a lot of confusion. So, it's not good to be drunken. It causes problems. Same thing with dope. Sure, God gave it to us. Hell, He gave us the wine. He gave us everything that it takes to make wine, takes to make whiskey. He gave us everything it takes to make everything, no matter what it is. He gave us everything it took to make a knife. That don't mean we should run around sticking people in the ass because we have that knife. And I look the same way with the medicines and the herbs and everything else God gave us. So, sure, there's good uses, and, just sure as hell, man, there's bad uses too. And the human condition is pretty weak. The human condition has a knack for always doing the worst thing. It's the best thing the human condition does its best, is it goes against the spiritual, what we should be doing and should be thinking. I think it's got a lot to do with the time of day it is. I think we're close to an end time. I think our education is coming super, super fast. And we're learning so much so fast. This awakening thing is happening, hitting us all so hard. I think, and I will tell you something else, that notion came to me while I was in that water and spitting that wine out. It says that the drunkenness was not welcome where I was going. So, and I understand that, and I get that. And that's right along with what I'm telling you now about we are close to some serious shit happening. And I don't think it's going to be good for any of us to be drunk physically or spiritually. So that being said, what's the best way to deal with drunkenness and being doped up or being weeded up? Just don't do it at all. Because if you do it a little, it's been my experience, you're going to do it too much. That's the nature of all those things. So anyway, I appreciate your checking out the vids. I enjoy checking out your vids and look forward to your other vids. And I hope you don't mind me doing this vid in response. But if you can imagine me trying to type all that out, it would be pretty dismal. Okay, guy, now I will talk at you later, and thank you.